What's up, YouTube? And this is another update of my journey reselling action figures on eBay. And it's been so slow on eBay. I don't know if anybody else be reselling on eBay, but I have zero views on about at least 15, 16 listings out of like 35. I got like a one or two here and there, but no one's even seeing my stuff. And I am not promoting anything because they're not going to get any of my money. They have before, so I'm just doing it off a good old genuine, trying to post on my Instagram and hoping someone clicks that link and looks at the stuff that I have on there for cheap, because it is some cheap stuff. And the only reason we sold something today or yesterday is because I sent the offer. And see, it's people that are watching my stuff. So I have good stuff on there because people watching, and sometimes they say promote, sometimes they say offer. So it's a couple, stuff that I have to offer people. I just haven't became desperate like that. And I don't want to offer stuff. But with this figure I am showing today, best believe I have a double of this one. And this is the crummy one. And I picked this up for 49 cents a few years back. So no matter what, I'm making profit, and I made $4, so that's like three something in profit right there off of this stinky figure. And like I said, I have another one. So I just decided to send an offer. I had it listed for $7, plus $7 shipping, so it's about $14. I had this listed for a long time now. And the person that picked this up wanted it because of the cloak. He asked in a message, like, does it have a cloak? And I'm like, yeah, it has it. I thought it was visible in the picture, but I guess not. But it's visible right here. And so, yeah, that cloak is what got this figure sold. And that's okay with me. You know what I mean? Because it has been a really slow 2 months, I say now. July. It's what, July now? And June was dry. Or June, I made about 106, like 40, like $136, 100 or something. So less than 150. I put it like that. And right now we're at like $47. So that's pretty good. We sold some Jordans and a couple other little things. A couple other figures. Somebody must have found my page and it's the same person bought a couple things. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that I sell to, I notice I send this stuff to different countries sometime. You know what I mean? So it's people that are, they're bargain shopping and they're getting good deals. You know what I'm saying? I bet they couldn't get this where they're at, So a lot of the stuff I'm selling is actually pretty good scores because it's 2026 right now. And I just sold this for on sale for 29% sale from $7. So that came out to like $5.66 or something. So yeah, I sold this for under $6. This really cool Star Wars figure. And it's brand new. It's just a little banged up. But other than that, it's a brand new figure. Who wouldn't pay that if they're into Star Wars? And the thing is, they're replicas. So it's a retro collection, you know what I mean? And it's Kenner's, and I really like these Hasbro figures. I'm just into collecting these kind of figures. But I didn't know I dislike Star Wars because I just don't know anything about Star Wars. I watched the first three movies. I tried to go watch one of them when I was a kid, and that would have been the first one I ever watched because I watched the Star Wars as an adult later just to respect it. And I was like, yeah, I like those. But the ones I was presented was the one with Jar Jar Binks. And when I was a kid, I was like, what the fudge is this? I dipped out of the movie theater. I probably snuck into a different movie. I got to go see what was playing with that movie because if I see what was playing, I could remember what movie it was because, I watch movies. That's what I do. What it do. I watch movies. What it do. My back is killing me because I've been working hella hard. But yeah, what y'all think about this figure? I appreciate it for what it is, but I don't know who she is. Oh, actually, I do know who, but I know who she is as a actress, but not in this. I picked it up because it was cheap. Yeah, that's why. It was cheap. And I thought I could get rich off this figure. And guess what? No one's buying this crap. No one's buying my crap. Put it like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I've been having fun reselling on eBay. And when I don't get sales, I kind of get like not yeah, kind of I want to stay busy. I want to be this is like a hustle. It's what's paying me right now. I make these videos, it ain't paying me shit. I'm making Instagrams, it ain't paying me shit. But you know what is paying me? Stinky freaking eBay. So best believe that's the thing that I'm chasing right now. That's what I need to be investing my money in. So best believe I'm about to buy more stuff to list. Because if I got this momentum, I could continue it. I just have to what's I call. So that means I just gotta find room, make totes. I have a shed. I have enough room. I just have that motherfucker filled up. Fuck it. What can I do? What can I do? I'm just gonna fill that sucker up with whatever I purchase and we be selling. Whatever. I just gotta get more stuff to get more things listed because that's the only way I'm gonna make money because that's how I've been making money is listing more, doing the work, putting it in. You know what I'm saying? I made over $1,000 on eBay just playing around. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, I had an itch for collecting and I thought I could make money reselling, and I can. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not making that much. So it's a lot of work, not making paying off. So if I buy the stuff for dirt cheap, then it could pay off. How I'm buying at Ross and stuff, it's not paying off, but some of the stuff is. You know what I mean? It's just the other things that is paying off are like the Jordans I'm selling, the other stuff I'm selling, people's Adidas, other people that are just giving me stuff like here, Angel, we I like what you're doing. I have this iPad, just one of my coworkers, and I split the money. I gave him $20. I sold both of his iPads, and I gave him like 20, $40, $25. I was like, here. I didn't sell it for much. It wasn't like I made hella money, but I made some money off of it for free just for listing it, and I said these kind of things sell. Electronics, tapes, cassette tapes, like blank tapes, anything retro, you know what I mean? That's like imported from Japan, you know what I mean? I know the stuff from imported from Japan, imported from anywhere that's from like the 90s that we can't probably buy and market anymore. That stuff sells like that. And if you put it on there for cheap, it'll disappear the second you put it up. It's gone. And that's just how eBay works. And the stuff I've been listing, ain't none of it selling. I'm putting all my old action figure. I even put some of my cool horror stuff up, and it's not moving. You know what I mean? And I'm disappointed because the last toy hunter I went on, I kind of bought something I shouldn't have even bought. I just picked it up, and someone told me like, "Oh yeah, I get it." I was like, "Dude, I've never listened to it. No, I'm not gonna pick up stuff just to pick up stuff. You know, I'm picking up stuff for keeping or I'm picking up stuff for selling. And I have it listed on eBay. It's an Ace Ventura and a Megan figure. And I have it listed up for crazy money because I wanted to see if I could promote it and just get people on there just to see it. And dude, it don't even get pushed out there. You could promote your stuff and it just if it sells on promotion, they take your money. But they ain't pushing it. They ain't promoting it. eBay, that's how I feel. No, I'm just fine. But I am making money on eBay, but they're making so much more money. I'm doing all the work. I ain't making crap. If I had my own business and all that and had my own little store and all that and was able to, I'd be eating. I'd be eating right now. So that's the only thing, it's like not even the middleman, it's the selling man, the person you got to sell your stuff through, you know what I mean? You got to pay them too. And if you ain't getting your stuff for cheap, then you're kind of just like, yeah, you could just call it a hobby. That's why I just call it a hobby. I'm having fun. I'm not going to stress myself out about it. You know what I'm saying? Because if I wasn't doing this, I probably would be doing nothing. I'd just be watching TV on the tube. You know what I mean? So at least this is giving me something to do and it's keeping me busy. And when I go on eBay and see nothing on there, I was like, dude, I want to be busy. I want to wrap some stuff up, find a box, bam, put it in, weigh it out, try to make a couple extra bucks. Yeah, no, it's a weird grind. You know what I mean? Because it's like if your stuff's weighed out to 2 pounds or more, you ain't gonna make nothing. But if it's like 1.5, then you could make it to 2 pounds, and then it'll go to $5, and then you'll make money because the stuff that's less is more money right now. It don't make sense. But if you send a package that weighs 1.5 pounds, it's going to cost you like $7. If you send something for a point 0.8, so that's just not a point 0.8, 8 ounces. If you send something 8 ounces, it's $5.85. If you send something that's 2.1 2 pounds, 0.1 ounce, it's 5.85. But anything under 2 pounds 1 ounce, or two, if it's just 2 pounds, it's gonna cost like $7, and that's just insane. So if you could tweak it a little bit, and when I go, I just, certain ladies, they don't even look. They just say, all right, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes my shit's hella over, sometimes it's hella under. It's to the point where it's like, eBay, not eBay, post office, get rid of your fucking pound stuff and just give it one flat rate and just, you know what I'm saying? Stop trying to swindle people. But yeah, I'm just ranting now and going on about just like the things I could see with my eyes. And you know what I mean? I could feel it in my pocket. If I promote my stuff and all that, dude, I feel the hurtness. And I'm like, that's crazy, dude. I'm not promoting nothing. You know what I mean? And now they're not pushing my stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. Watch, I'm a list hella cool shit for good prices and watch my shit start selling again. Just watch, because that's how I've been doing it. And I just gotta keep that faith, because yeah, if you put in the work, it's gonna pay off. So I just have to put in the work, and I gotta go source some stuff, because the stuff that I have is like stuff that people are not gonna pay the prices, and I'm not gonna list the stuff for it just to sit up there. And so I'm not gonna regret listing these things and have to cancel a listing because it's just sitting there. So I'm just gonna go. I'm going the wild, and I got about $90. I say we got about $90 that I made that I could play with. Like $100, $100. 90 that's not mine's, and then I mean it's comes back from eBay. You know what I mean? It's like from profit from making something off of something. So I got like $90, and we need to flip that 90. When I got in the game, I got in the game with $50. And I turned that 50 into 100. You know, and the rest was history. I made millions of dollars, and I blew it on doing drugs, stuff like that. But yeah, if you like videos like this, go give me a thumbs up. And if you want to talk about it in the comments, send me a comment. Go subscribe to my channel, please. I really appreciate it. We're up to like 234. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. Moving on up.